This question is from Q2014 Mechanical Engineering paper set 4, question number 24. Match the heat treatment processes from group A and their associated effects on properties from group B of medium carbon steel. Group A, point P tempering, point Q quenching, point R annealing and point S normalizing. In group B we have first is strengthening and grain refinement, second inducing toughness, third hardening, and fourth softening. As per these points given, we have to match the suitable ones from group A PQRS to the ones given in group B 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do it. Now the first heat treatment process given, that is tempering. Let's discuss about it. In tempering, what is done is the metal is heated to a high temperature and then cooled down in air. And because of which what happens is it increases the toughness. Toughness is the property by which before failure whatever energy it can store is nothing but toughness. So that amount is increased because of air cooling. It will reduce brittleness and will reduce the internal stresses. So clearly if toughness has increased, that means the material can sustain longer to store more energy in it before failure, and ultimately therefore the brittleness will be decreasing. It won't fail in a snap. So we can see that here in group B, these properties are described by option 2. So we see that for P point, the perfect match is 2. Let's look about point Q, that is quenching. In quenching, what is done is, again the metal is heated to a very high temperature. The carbon steel is heated to a very high temperature. And then cooling is done very rapidly. So we see that in earlier case the cooling was slow, it was done in air. But in this case the cooling is done rapidly by dipping it in water. So we write that as the cooling is rapid, what happens because of this? It makes the metal brittle but will improve its hardenability. So when brittleness increases, the hardenability, that means its ability to be hardened, will be increasing. So cooling is rapid, therefore makes the steel more brittle and improve hardenability. So we can clearly see the match for point Q is nothing but third. That is, the steel is hardened. Point Q to 3. Next, annealing. Now annealing is a type of treatment in which it is desired to soften the steel by heating it to a certain temperature. It is heated to a temperature that is lower than the melting point, and then the cooling is done very slowly. This makes the metal more softened. So we can write heated at a temperature lower than melting point and cooled slowly. What this does is softens the metal. Therefore, the match for annealing, that is point number R, to group B is point number 4. Last one, normalizing. So normalizing is also a type of annealing. This is full annealing while normalizing is partial annealing. What is done in normalizing is the metal is heated, then the cooling is slow, and desired is grain refinement, that is refinement of the microstructure of metal. And as the grain are refined, the steel acquires more strength. So we can clearly see that normalizing is done to refine microstructure and strengthen the steel. As given for medium carbon steel, properties in group A are matched like this with effects in group B. So for point S also we have matched it to 1. We have the order P2, Q3, R4 and S1. Let's see in which option the correct answer is given. So P2, Q3, R4 and S1 are given in option B. Option B is the correct one. To learn more about such heat treatments, you can refer to the NPTEL video Lecture 22 Heat Treatment from the course Materials Science and Engineering. This course is by Dr. Vivek Pancholi. He is from Department of Metallurgical and Material Engineering of IIT Roorkee. I hope this explanation will help you clear your doubt. Thank you.